Dexter!
What's good, everyone? This is Chambers. I'm in FL Studio 20 today, and I'm going to be making a famous DEX beat. He's got that wavy style to it, melodic, so we're going to try to make something like that today. I got a keyboard sound loaded up in Nexus, so let's get on with it. So my computer is not very good at handling plugins like Nexus, so I'm going to be turning my mic off and just building out the chord progression. I'll explain everything I can later. Okay, so we got the chord progression right here. It is A minor, and then we go up 5 semitones into D minor. So it's a simple chord progression, creates bounce, and I put the BPM up high to 156, so it's more famous DEX style. And in Nexus, I up the attack so we don't have such a clicky sound, lowered the delay feedback so it's not so cluttered, and messed around with the reverb. So now because of latency and stored CPU stuff on FL Studio, I'm going to record this into audio so we can delete the Nexus plugin. Now we got the chords recorded into audio form, and I'm going to delete Nexus. Now we're going to go into a less CPU heavy plugin called Purity, add some more melodies to it. So I just got that piccolo out of Purity, and I like that melody, so we're gonna put that into the piano roll. Down to B. Up into C. Shorten those notes out so they're not overlapping. And I'm gonna keep that sound more in the background. Let's add one more melody. I'm gonna add a sitar. It's an interesting instrument to add. It has a nice texture to it. Into E. So very simple with the sitar. And I'm going to link all of our sounds to the mixer so we can do some slight mixing before we bring the drums in. So I'll go through this really fast. For the chords, I'm just going to add a high pass filter with an EQ. Cut out any low end that might be there. Add some stereo separation for a wider sound. Pick a low high pass filter down in this EQ over here in your bottom right. Sitar, same thing. And I'm going to add stereo separation to both of them. And now level up. Check in mono. Also make sure that your levels aren't too loud. I'm going to lower these a little bit. And now we can start adding drums. Grab an 808. I like that clap, not too loud or too bright. Perfect. Grab some hi-hats. I'm going to grab a kick, but it's going to be softer. It's not going to be really meant to come through like in a hard trap beat. Add a snare and open hi-hat. Picking your drum sounds and your instrument sounds is like going shopping. You want to make sure that everything matches. You're making an outfit with your sounds, so make sure that everything goes well together. So if we were in the key of A minor, the 808 is going to go in the root note, which is A. Then we went up 5 semitones, except I'm going to bring it down an octave. Now I'm going to clone that 808 pattern into a new pattern, and let's make this pattern unique. So what I did here is like we're going down a staircase in the scale. And then right here, I'm putting the 808 where the clap hits. So those are those techniques. Now I'm going to add the clap on the 3 and the 7, of course. Make them a little bit louder. Stop and go pattern too. Now we're just gonna let this one ride out on each 2 steps. So you can see I'm really going for a much simpler vibe for this one. Throw in the open hi-hats before the clap. Now I'm going to add a kick pattern, nothing crazy. Just something to make more bounce. And you can see I'm not cranking the kick level like crazy. It's just there to create more texture to the beat. And I also got to add a crash, so let me do that real quick. Not that. Lower that volume. Now I'm going to bring the melodies back in. So already I can definitely hear Famous DEX on this. It's got that Japan vibe to it, wavy and melodic. So let's link all the drums into the mixer, mix it up and level it, and we'll be done soon. For the 808, as I always do, I'm going to add saturation with saturation knob. So saturation is adding like a lower form of distortion to the 808. It's going to make it hit a little bit harder with more harmonic content to it. Make sure that you put the saturation type on low, so you're in the low frequency area. Here's before, soft 808, and then after. You add more harmonics to it with saturation. For the clap, just a high pass filter, and I'm going to add some higher frequencies to it with this EQ over here. The kick, I'm just going to leave it. The snare, I'm going to add an EQ. Then in the snare, I'm looking for that bass frequency that stands out. Right there, that frequency. So we're going to add a little bit to that. Not too much though. Closed hi-hat, just a high-pass filter. Same for the open hi-hat. Then on the crash, high-pass filter. And then we're going to add a flanger to it, make it interesting. But lower down the mix level of it. And I do a lot of high pass filtering just so there's enough room for the 808 and the kick to boom through. Now I'm just going to level all of it. Add some high frequencies to the piccolo. I'm going to pan the open hi-hat to the left a little bit and the snare to the right just a tiny bit. Bring the kick in. So there's the beat. I'm just going to structure it, the intro and the hook, so you guys see how I do things. I'm going to start with the chords. We're going to have a 16-bar hook right here. So in the first part of the hook, I'm going to get rid of the piccolo and the sitar and the kick. And then in the second part of the hook, it's all going to be brought back.
Yeah, what? Dexter?
Famous DEX ad-libs are hilarious. So there's the beat. We did the melodies, we did the drums, mixed it, structured it a little bit. So thank you all for watching. I hope you learned something today. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.